care.
Fuck you. That was a test.
It worked. You can still cuss.
For posterity.
It
All
worked.
So all of you, for your various reasons, for your various missions, have found yourself gathering in Mito Village to go to the Golden Cavern. Now, some of you know a little bit of history about the Golden Cavern. Some of you do not, and that's exactly the way it should be. That being said, all of you have a very same unique experience upon arriving. There is, without a doubt, blindfolds placed over your eyes, and you all are led through multiple mine shafts, caverns, different areas beneath ground to get there. This is a very, very private place. It has been so for a very long time. And as a result, everyone right now, if you want, can make a survival check to try to memorize your way out. Because I assumed all of you would ask to do that.
Big old 10 for me.
All right.
What are we rolling? Sorry.
If you want to, it's up to you. You can memorize the path out as you're
Okay.
being blindfolded and led through these caverns into these
Okay.
mines.
Okay. Yes.
17.
How about a 2?
A 2. All right. That
Get
is
that.
perfect.
Get that out of the way now.
So all of you being led in different times, you can feel, especially you, Killian, the rocks beneath your feet going right, then left, then going upwards and downwards, hanging a right. Pretty accurately understand the path that you took to get here. Though you get a little bit confused around some T intersections. Sav, you find yourself somewhat navigating the general direction you're going. You're not having an issue north-southwest of where you are. There's a couple of turns that are just lost to you in the process. Everything feels very dank and very much full of moisture. And even though you're underground, you can feel the coldness of the above world even seeping down here, even much more so. Eris, during this process, you're thinking about other things entirely that have nothing to do with trying to make sure you know where you're going. Your mind wanders back to your own adventure of the things that you've been experiencing over the last 24 hours. All of you find yourself brought before at different times and different locations to a very, very large cavern that expanses out for a very long time. The cavern itself is about 400 by 400 square feet out, and it is very tall. The one thing to note about this cavern, it is covered in gold from top to bottom, and there are lights precariously placed around the different walls and elevations that almost create a cascading effect of light in every direction. There is a small yet somewhat medium-sized inn that has almost been built out of wood and concrete right in the center of this cavern. Now, whenever you all arrive, we're going to say for the sake of time and purposes that you all have arrived on your own accord with your companion if you have one, and you can choose to be wherever you would like to be in this bar after I make a description of what's actually here. Now, the bar is filled with a large amount of people. One thing to note about it, and there's no creepy music in this part, is there appears to be, when you first walk in, a large open space that has a large bar top with two twins that are bartending right now. Both are bald with mustaches, with a large number of people gathered around this very large bar top on the right-hand side. Above you, there appears to be a number of tables set up on the second story that is overlooking this entire area. And beneath that overcropping section is a band area with some more tables. You can see there's a band currently tuning up right now. It appears to be a number of, strangely enough, elves and goblins mixed together. Past that bar and past this large room and area, there appears to be another doorway going into a back gaming area where you see a number of tables where people are sitting down playing some sort of card game. And to your left, there's another hallway that leads to a large, we'll say medium-sized pit arena where you can see that there are currently two boxers going at it with a number of tables around that. there is a mixture of people in here. Everything from dwarves to elves to goblins to shifters, kind of a large amount of different venues that are here. One thing to note is that there is a kind of undertone of not scumminess. This place is very clean, but you get the idea that a lot of people here are probably criminals. This place is packed and busy with laughter and people gambling and people just basically having fun together. That being said, Sav, where do you want to position yourself?
I'll probably go first to the bar. Try and grab myself a drink so I look, less suspicious.
So
from there, go to the second floor to get a better view.
Okay. So we'll start with you just because we're going to go around in a circle. Sav, you kind of walk up almost having to push your way through a kind of crowd of people that are in front of the bar top. And eventually this very, very big, muscular, not wearing a shirt bartender that's bald and has a mustache is kind of just looking towards you and bearing down on top of you. Yeah, what'll get you? Hurry up, come
on. Whatever is the drink special of the day.
Drink special. We got a drink special! He shouts out to the back, and he watches his twin brother kind of looks up and pops up from the back right away. And immediately goes to the back of the room, and he watches he comes out with a very, very large, sort of, almost looks like a gallon jug, and brings it over to you. It's kind of sloshing on top and puts it down in front of you.
Thank you.
That's the special.
It looks pretty good. I'm very curious. What's in it?
That is a mixture of honey mead and a little bit of carbonation with some pine nuts. Don't worry about that. We scoop those up afterwards. And then we add a little bit of some dwarven ale. It's kind of a mixture.
I like it. Here, I'll put it in my tab.
He kind of takes it from you. All right. He goes back and he watches. He pulls out what appears to be some sort of weird electronic device, swipes something, and then hands it back to you. Puts it down.
Much appreciated. Good day to you. I'll take the thing. Is it like a solid exterior to this cup, or can you see inside of it from outside?
You can actually see inside of it.
Dang. Okay. So I'm not gonna just dump it. I'll actually just carry it up there with me because I have no intention of actually drinking it. I'm just trying to look like I belong here.
Kind of holding it to your arm on the right, and you can just see the liquid kind of sloshing around. You can even see a little bit of some pine needles still inside of it.
I'll just kind of like marvel at that for a minute and then go up to the second floor just so I can get a kind of a better view.
Anyone in particular you're looking for on the second floor?
I'm looking for a dwarf.
All right. So go ahead and make a perception check. If you're going to be here for a little bit, you can choose investigation if you want to do that instead.
I will, because that is a little bit better for me. Actually, it's the same roll. That sucks. Yeah, we'll just do perception then.
Right.
That is 15 plus 4, so 19. Oh, wait, no. Investigation. Investigation is 9 plus 4. Sorry.
So 19 total?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're kind of scanning around, looking as the bodies are walking through and out. You do see a number of dwarves. No one that really looks familiar to you. In the back room at the gaming tables, there appears to be a number of dwarves that are playing with this kind of very tall man that's pale with kind of blackish hair that's coming down in front of his face that appears to be playing sort of a card game right now. There's 3 dwarves around here. None of them really look familiar in a sense. No one that really fancies or no one really tickles your pickle that you can see.
Is there anybody else that looks like anybody I've been briefed on?
You watch as entering from the door, there appears to be a very pale woman with white hair. From not familiar or briefed on, but someone new, as you're kind of looking over the crowd. Killian, you kind of walk into the same atmosphere and environment, and you're kind of seeing this all the way. You got Garrick behind you, kind of in tow. What do you think?
It's a lot. How about we walk around the perimeter so we aren't just standing in the doorway?
Well, should we get a drink first, maybe? I mean,
Oh, yeah, of course.
We got to blend in, right? I hear they have great specials.
Okay, a special. It's not flaming, is it? The last special I had was on fire.
It can be flaming, I think.
I-
I'll ask.
Oh, please, no. That's
Strangely enough, I left my purse at home. Do you have any coinage by chance?
no. Kind of not to like flash my my goods to the room, but I'll kind of like turn around to face him and kind of step closer, and I'll give him coin.
How much are you giving him?
Man, I don't know. Much things cost. I'll give him 4 gold.
Yeah, clicks it around for a little bit. All right.
That should be enough for the evening.
For a round of drinks, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of shuffles off towards the bar, leaving you standing there.
I'll kind of walk behind him, but just kind of look around, mingle with a pleasant look on my face.
You kind of are walking behind him. You watch as he's having a short, brief discussion with that bartender, arguing about prices, and he hands him all 4 gold before you see 2 very large, what appear to be gallon jugs of some sort of sea liquid comes up, and he hands one to you.
This is a round.
Yeah, that's two. Well, it's 1 round for each of us. Two rounds. If I drank them both, it would be 2 rounds. But if you drank 1 and I drank 1, it's 1 round.
It's a very large round.
Is that okay?
Of course, yeah.
All right,
Blending
so
in, right?
blending in. Who we looking for?
Nobody in particular. I think we should just listen a bit, see if anybody's saying anything, and then we're looking. Oh, sorry. Actually, no, I lied. Just kidding. I haven't had coffee today. I'm drinking it now. We want to look for a gentleman. Long. He's very pale. Long black hair, black eyes. And then if there's a couple here, we got their description as well.
All right, well, the gambling tables are back there. There's beds up there, but I don't think you want to go there. There are fighting ring back there, musicians over there. Do you want to split up and see if we can't track them down? Or do you feel more comfortable staying together?
Can I make an insight check if he's just going to party?
Yes, you can.
I would like to do that. And I have no idea. All right, I rolled a 1. Oh, wait, can you critically fail skills?
You cannot critically fail skills.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. It might not be as bad as I thought. Hold on. 6.
6. He's very seriously on mission right now. He's just trying to split up to cover more ground.
Okay, perfect. Oh no, I'm kidding. I was clicked on the wrong one. It's 12. If that makes a difference.
Okay. And just so I know, what's your passive perception? It does not make a difference. I rolled an 18 natural.
Oh, okay. Passive 21.
Okay. Which direction are you gonna head?
Is there, because he said they met this guy at the bar, so I want to see if there's a table close enough to the bar that's in sight of where the band is. So basically where I can like try to see what people are talking about or who goes up to the bar, but also spend some time like listening to the band. Is there like a table to sit at that's kind of in?
There are actually right to the left of the band. There are 4 tables sitting there. One is completely unoccupied if you wanted to sit at it.
Okay, I'll sit at it.
You manage to sit down, and for a moment you hold on. You kind of make your way over there, kind of pushing through a number of individuals. At that point, that one individual walks by. Eris, if you could describe your character.
Couldn't find my mute. There we go. So Eris is female, appears human. She has her face kind of looks like that. It's a very slender. You can see her like jawbone with like white hair. It's currently kind of like tied up in a bun in the back. Like a cloak over, some leather looking armor on, with a you could probably see all my gear. I would assume I can't really hide a crossbow. So
Kind of hard.
yeah. So she'll have 2 swords on her back and a crossbow. I mean, I'm assuming weapons are allowed inside this place, right? Okay. And kind of she doesn't look sick, but just a little more pale than you would think somebody would be, if that makes sense.
So, Eris, you kind of walk past another woman who looks very similar to the picture that's behind Shelly. Shelly, if you can take a second to describe your character.
She's fairly, oh yeah. She's, fairly tall, elven, but doesn't have quite the same like drastically angular features, but definitely has the ears and like the musculature. So she's fairly wiry. She's wearing a blue cloak. I guess it would be on my back probably. So there's something underneath the cloak on my back. Has kind of like probably a satchel as well too, on her. And then underneath her, she has kind of like I have to find the picture of it, but it's probably wouldn't see much of it, but it's kind of blue and blacks and silvers underneath, kind of a combination of that. Has black eyes. Not like all of them, but just the iris of it is black.
Thank you for clarifying that. That would have been awkward.
Just like totally no,
God.
not totally black eyes.
Kill it. Kill it now.
Because I am nervous. Well, that sucks.
Oh, my eyes are yellowish.
Okay.
So that might be off-putting, but yeah.
Hair's down, probably like mid back, white dreadlocks, kind of white silvery dreadlocks.
Okay.
I think that would probably be it. That's like out in the open. If you look at me, you notice you would definitely notice that I had a reaction to seeing you.
Okay.
Eris, you kind of walked past this woman that you just saw randomly, and you're seeing this large crowd of people. Where are you going to head to?
I'm going to head to the closest area, the gaming area.
You're kind of in the closest area, which is like the stage, band performing, bar area. If you walk past that and through that room, which is about, I want to say 60 to 80 feet, don't quote me on that, I have to look at my map. There is another doorway that leads to a back gaming area.
I'm gonna go look in the gaming area for Ezekiel.
All right, go ahead and make a investigation, or if you want to do a quick glance, you can do a perception.
I'll just do a quick glance.
That way you don't linger around
Exactly.
for a little while.
23. Level 20.
You kind of look in the gaming room, you see a number of different individuals in here. Nobody that matches the description of Captain Ezekiel, but you do see one person that matches the description of the man that was an uninvited guest to this town, sitting at a farmost table.
Perfect. I will take note of that and head towards the bar top.
Okay. You kind of walk up and you see this bald bartender with a mustache, super jacked with no shirt on. What can I get for you?
Do you have anything hot?
Hot tea? Hot coffee? Hot
Yeah.
milk?
Hot tea.
Sure you don't want hot milk?
Is it good?
Would you like some milk in your tea?
Yes.
Hot milk it is. He watches. He kind of moves to the back for a second, and he comes out with this very, very tall glass that's actually on a little dish, and puts it down in front of you for my lady. You kind of look down, and it looks almost like it's more milk than tea, but there is tea in it.
Is this tea or milk?
That's hot tea with hot milk. You can literally see it steaming.
Okay. I lost Ezekiel. Is he still here?
Ezekiel was here about an hour ago, actually. He went. I don't know where he went. He might still be here.
Oh, is okay. All right. I just want to know if you'd seen him. I can't keep track of him. Okay. Thank you. Old friend.
Oh, he could use friends right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to help him out, you know. If you see him, just let me know.
No, absolutely.
Okay. Of course. Will 2 gold do it?
Oh, that'll do just fine. Picks it up real quick and puts it back in his till.
Perfect. I will glance over in the direction of Shelly's character, since I noticed her give me a look to make sure she's not about to stab me.
She appears to be sitting down with a giant jug of some sort of beverage in front of her that she's not touching.
Okay.
But she does apparently to be by herself.
To find Ezekiel. I'm gonna go upstairs to try and get a better look of the bar with my tea.
All right.
Are there any tables upstairs?
There are a couple of tables. Most of them are not unoccupied. You do see one individual kind of standing on the ledge of the balcony, kind of overlooking the room. Sav, if you could describe your character for me.
So Sav, facially, might look human from a distance, but as you get a little bit closer, you'll probably recognize those very sleek, slender, and symmetrical features of a Kalashtar. If those don't give it away, the solid milky white eyes will. It's almost like there is no pupil or iris at all. Just the entire eye is this kind of milky white.
Hot.
As he he keeps his hair kind of decently short, a very nice little side part, and it is very immaculately combed. Keeps his face shaved. Contrary to the badass picture right there, currently he's got a kind of darker colored trench coat on that he's wearing that goes down almost to the length of his boots. And he's just kind of leaned over at the moment, kind of looking around the bar itself and at the patrons down below. Probably in his mid to late 20s. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. I'll walk up beside him, kind of pull my beanie out, put it on. I kind of look over. What you looking at?
There's a lot of curious patrons here tonight. This is my first time, to be honest. I've never been here before. What about yourself?
Oh, this is my first time in here too.
Well, look at us, a couple of newbies. Enjoy people watching. How about you?
Yeah, maybe.
Thirsty? Kind of gesture to the completely untouched drink.
No, I'll stick to my tea. Are you offering me your drink? Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no. I just dropped my dice. Sorry. I'll get it later. No, I'll stick with my tea. Thank you.
Of course, of course.
I didn't know they serve tea in here.
Oh, they don't only serve tea. Apparently, they also serve some sort of concoction that looks like it's made of honey mead, but also I'm seeing pine nuts, and I think a couple kind of like fish my whole hand in, pull out a pine needle. Yeah, a little sloppy.
You probably just pour it over the edge.
Well, I don't want to. There's a very curious woman down there. I kind of like gestured down to where Killian is sitting.
Yeah, she gave me a look. I walked by her.
Oh. What kind of look?
It's like she knew me or didn't like how I looked. Maybe jealous of how I looked. Not sure.
It is possible. The yellow eyes, very stunning look.
Oh, well, thank you.
I could just kind of like turn. My eyes will kind of glow a very brief little pulse of like pale gray as I extend my hand out. The name is Soft, by the way,
Oh, that's a neat trick.
and that will be
There.
my Eldritch Sight to detect magic.
You're casting detect magic?
Yeah.
All right. You just thought Sav was being nice. Do you have any magical things on your character, Eris?
Is my pendant magical? Probably.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think that's it.
That's probably. I think I'm double checking.
If I do, you need to tell me because I don't have it on my sheet.
No, that's the only thing that you have that's magical. You can definitely tell that there's something here that's hanging around her neck that's magical. It looks like it's a school of magic for. That is not correct. I was about to say transmutation. That's a lie.
It actually doesn't have to have a specific school of magic. Now that I read the spell.
No, it doesn't necessarily have to. This one does, though.
Okay.
It has evocation associated with it.
Okay. And since this is up for 10 minutes, and it's got a 30-foot purview, after I shake her hand, I'll just kind of look casually back out over the crowd and see if anyone else is pinging.
Killian. How many magical items do you have on you?
I think technically only one.
All right. There is one magic item on the woman that you've been kind of looking at.
Wait, my rapier is a +1, so it would
Two.
ping as magical. So I have 2.
The woman below you has two magical items. Both don't have a school associated. One magic item in particular is burning with such a bright aura that when you kind of look down, you can see it through the actual balcony itself, kind of burning and pulsating with this bright, almost silver flame.
And that's on Killian?
Correct.
Okay.
Would my pendant pulse when he did that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll kind of keep track of that. Sorry. I get distracted sometimes so easily. Clash darts, we're so connected with spirits. Sorry, I said I'm Soft. Did you give me your name?
Yes. My name is Eris.
Eris, pleasure to meet you. Look, I'm going to level with you, okay? I think that girl down there was maybe trying to get your attention. Just conversation. Maybe she thought you were cute. I don't know. But here's what I do know. We should definitely go see if she's at least willing to talk. I'll be your wingman if she has a ugly friend or something.
I'm not really here for socializing.
Come on, it'll be fun. Just 5 minutes, huh? We're both new. We don't really know anybody else. At least I don't. Come on.
Fine.
That's the spirit. Hey, and if it works out good, I'll even I'll buy you a tea, right? Is that what you're drinking, or is that milk?
It was supposed to be tea.
Mostly looks like milk.
Yes. The bartender did not seem to speak common very well.
Okay, well, if she likes you, get your tea. If she shoots you down, I get you milk.
Okay, I'm not interested. I just need to talk.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Come on. I'll just kind of pat her on the back and then bring my little cauldron down there with me.
She'll kind of flinch.
Oh, sorry.
I don't get close. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Me neither. Thank goodness. We've established boundaries quick.
You guys begin to make your way down the steps. As soon as you get around the corner, you can see Killian is still sitting by herself, and she's just there. How would you all like to approach the situation?
Sprinting. No, kidding.
With my blade out.
Game over.
Let's do this.
Bar fight.
We found the big bad. I'm just gonna like kind of casually saunter up with my bowl. And does she have like the similar style pauldron
She
drink?
has the same one that's also see-through that you can see some pine needles in as well, and hers looks equally as untouched.
I will kind of indicate to my also untouched drink and like kindred spirits.
Ah, yes. My friend ordered it for me. Said it was the special.
You know, it is special. I'm just curious. I'll kind of like look over at hers. Mine actually had a pine needle in it. Did yours have a pine needle?
No, all I got was a lot of hot milk. Seems the drinks here are not up to par.
Maybe we're just not cool enough.
Maybe we're just ordering the wrong drink.
That's also possible. I'm sorry. I'm Sov, by the way. This is Eris.
So she'll reach her hand out. Nice
Shake
to
it
meet
for
you.
Likewise. What's your name?
Killian.
Killian. Oh, okay. What kind of name is that?
The name of myself.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like, specific to, a different place. I haven't heard a name like that. Very cool name.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, of course. It's both of our first time here. Have you been here before?
No, I can't say that I have. And what was your name? I'll reach my hand out to shake Eris's hand.
Wait, are you looking at me?
Yeah, she and your name? And
Oh, sorry.
she'll reach her
That
hand
was
out to
Chris
shake.
not realizing what was happening. Eris.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Killian.
As soon as you shake her hand, there is almost a pop of static electricity.
It's
Ow.
good to meet you.
What? I noticed you on the way in.
Ah. Any particular reason?
I just kind of did a double take. Have we met?
No, I don't think we have.
Oh, okay. It was just a coinky dink.
Yeah, it's kind of curious, right?
Winky.
Because you look very familiar, despite the fact that you also don't look like anyone else I've ever seen.
Familiar how? Insight check. Whatever he's about to say.
Didn't even say anything.
Sorry, she's
Shelly has her dice in her hand. It's like, okay, go.
she's pretending to like be smooth with just being, but she's like, what the fuck is going on? So
Familiar, like if you've ever seen somebody like in a dream before, and then you see this person in real life, or somebody who looks similar, I guess, to what you saw in your dream, and you have this idea of sort of a deja vu, like I've seen you before, but we've never met. Have you ever seen somebody familiar like that?
many times actually, but I think I understand what you're saying. Can I look at his hands specifically?
Mm-hmm.
Can I recognize them? Because that was the only thing I saw.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay. Oh, it is definitely kismet not to be what's the word? I think superstitious,
you sure you haven't been drinking more of those?
Oh, no, no. I am not very good with alcohol.
That's fair. Neither am I. To be fair, I actually don't drink. I just wanted to look cool.
You definitely pulled it off.
You all immediately feel a presence begin to approach the table as you see an older man with kind of balding head. The man that she walked in with, kind of a fat belly. He's wearing almost robes, but it looks like he goes to Hogwarts because he's still wearing a tie. And he kind of sits down next to her, and you see he has the same big gallon jug, but it's almost completely empty. He kind of sits down.
Right before he
Killian.
gets there, I'm gonna say one thing really quickly, like as you
Okay.
notice he's walking up, is I think we're supposed to know each other, but I'm just not sure if it's in a bad way or a good way. So Garrick.
Killian. Oh, you made friends. Hi, I'm Garrick. It's a pleasure. He looks at you, Eris. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
You
Thank
too.
Looks at you, Saab, the exact same way. It is a pleasure to meet you as well.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet you. You said your name is Garrick.
Yes, I am Garrick. Some call me Garrick the Wise. Some call me Garrick the Amazing.
I'd call you Garrick the Drunk.
I am not drunk, but I am here on a mission. Hold on, is your detect magic still on stuff?
Yeah, it's good for 10 minutes. I don't know if 10 minutes has passed.
You can tell that he is using illusion magic at the current moment.
Okay, like a disguise
self. Yeah.
Okay.
He likes to be tall. Leave him alone.
Yeah, I'm sure
magic.
it's that and not to be secretly a demon.
Okay. He leans close to you, Killian, and he tries to whisper, but he's being very loud. I found the dude that we're looking for. Black hair. I'm being very quiet. Black long hair, pale face, got a little scar right here. He's right over there in the room. Right there. Like literally, right there.
Excellent.
Eris will noticeably look at that description.
Perhaps you can stay here, and oh, it's very, very clean in here, huh?
It is.
Okay. And you can finish my drink for me.
I don't want to stay here. It's at that moment that you hear somebody kind of walk up towards the stage and everybody falls silent. It is a very, very tall man, obviously elvish in nature. He's wearing a purple suit that's 3-piece, and you watch as a microphone gets lowered down in front of him. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the Golden Cavern. Today we are blessed with the talents of an incredible artist, one that has yet to be seen anywhere. I give you Haversmith. And you watch to your surprise as this very, very short, stout goblin female that has these very, very perky ears that are going up with almost a blondish hair coming back into a ponytail, wearing a purple dress that has sequins all over it, walks up to the stage, and she has a flute in her hand. And you watch as the crowd kind of goes silent as she begins to sort of play this flute. And you watch as everyone's kind of watching. There's a few elves behind her and some other goblins. It looks like they're pulling out other equipment. But she just begins to play and play. You hear some strange noises in the background as they're kind of adding to it. And then you watch in one fail moment, one fail swoop, as she immediately pulls a string on her gown, stops playing, and the string goes down and her dress changes to a bright red almost immediately, and a synthesizer kicks in the background almost immediately. And you watch as people begin to sort of hit the dance floor and begin to sort of party and meander with each other. This place begins to fill up right in this dance floor, right in front of the entrance to the other room where the card players are, as everyone begins to fill up in the area. Continue.
I'm going to make my way immediately back to the game room.
Eris just stands up. and just sort of begins to walk back towards the game room.
Is that where Garrick's pointed? He was. Shh. Oh, that's
Well, come on, we can't leave our new friend.
correct.
Uh,
Friends. Friends.
I'll allow her to go first and just kind of.
You guys begin to make your way that direction with Eris leading the charge, kind of pushing your way through, and you can watch as the lights turn off and more lights begin to sort of come on, causing this almost blinking light effect to take place as you're seeing people move, and then they're over here, then they're over here as you're pushing your way through the crowd. Eris, you can see since you're in front, this dark-haired individual kind of gets up very lengthy and sort of rolls his shoulders back, and you watch as he looks and then looks directly at you in your eyes, and then immediately bolts to the left.
Shit, why is he running? They always run. I'm gonna. Are the other two within earshot of, or can they see me still?
They're right. You look back, and they're almost directly behind you.
Follow me if you want to get paid. I'm gonna run.
Get paid for what? Did I see him run?
You did.
How far is he?
He's about 15 feet in front of you.
Okay. With the music that's going on like this, I'm gonna kind of duck down between two people and teleport 30 feet so I'm in front of him.
Are you trying to do that without anybody seeing you? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the lights to kind of go down if I can, and kind of duck down below people. So, because people are, they're here and then they're here.
Make a stealth check for me too.
Okay.
I'll let you roll with advantage on it. Anybody else that wants to see it can make a perception.
Oh, nervous.
Yes, I'm definitely watching her.
I'm assuming you're right behind her, so yes.
Yeah, I was following her.
Nat 20 with the advantage, so 31.
Holy shit.
I'm just really fast.
I also have detect magic.
Correct.
Did I just see a blip?
Yes, there was. A,
It's not a spell.
oh, is that your is that a spell-like ability?
I don't know. It's a racial ability.
Go to the actual racial ability and read the description.
Okay.
Before we get too far away, and as like we're starting to walk off here, I'm just gonna telepathically connect to Garrick before I get out of range, because it's a pretty short range. I'm just gonna telepathically say to him, "Please tell me that you are sober right now, and this is just an act."
It's just an act. Just an act.
Can I insight that?
Yes.
Do I need to insight that?
No, you don't. It's not
Okay.
an act.
Okay. Just as I'm getting out of range, we will deal with your incompetence in a little bit. Stay where you are, and I will follow after Killian.
Yes, sir.
Probably distracted by that failure that I probably didn't see her band thing.
Okay, it says as a bonus action. Okay, it does say you can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. So I guess it would trigger as magic. I thought it was a racial.
Let me double check something on the reading. Yeah, it would still trigger. So you did see kind of a burst for a moment of magic, and then she's further ahead. Killian, you kind of burst ahead to the point where you're almost in front of Eris. Because like I said, Eris was about 15 feet in front of you and started to run, and then boom. So Eris, you watch as Killian's now next to you as you're running, fast as can be. You guys turn the corner, you can see that there's a back door that's been kind of swung open, and you can see this dude is just jetting it down the caverns right now. Are you guys planning on pursuing?
He's going like down a tunnel.
It appears, it's basically he went out the back door and is going into this large cavern, which is the golden cavern that's around it. It looks like he's heading for an exit of some sort.
How far
This guy
away
is freaking moving. He's about 120 feet away already.
I should have made the speed potion. Okay. I'll look at Killian. Can you get us there any faster?
At this point, Sav, you've kind of caught up.
What
Trying
about
to see
you?
if I
Can you get
can.
us there faster?
No, just by running.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run. Once we get out the door, I want to try to I'm not super good at this, but I want to go ahead and call out basically just say we just want to talk and see if that slows it down.
Doesn't appear to
Please.
slow it down.
Okay.
I'll call. It's just us in the tunnel?
Yeah.
I'll just call out. I don't know why you're running. I have another job from Alistair.
You actually watch when you say that, he stops. Kind of turns around, looks towards you. We don't talk here. We talk above. You say you're from Alistair?
Yes. I'll show him the ring.
You bear his signet ring. Unusual. Who are your friends?
This is Killian and this is Sav.
Hello.
Fine. You come with me. We go up top to the church. We talk there. Nothing here. It echoes. You can hear everything.
All right. I have
With
money
that, the
for you.
club music begins to sort of fade away as it begins to lead you kind of through this cavern. Killian, you know immediately he's not going back the way that you actually came from. Sav, you also kind of realize that. Eris, you're not sure either which way. This could be the way in, this could be the way out.
Did Garrick follow us or did we leave him too far behind?
Garrick did not follow.
He seemed like he knew what he was doing.
Sure, he's fine.
Do you need to go back for Garrick? We could meet up after.
I'm not sure. I don't know if he's comfortable in this place alone. I'm sure he'll be okay.
Yeah.
A drunk in a bar is like a bee in a beehive. He's in amongst his own.
Do you mind if we check on our friend real quick and we'll meet you upstairs?
Meet me? You must follow me if you want to go where I'm going. The caverns are treacherous. Your friend will be fine. What does it matter?
That's fine.
Here, if it'll make you feel better, I will leave my little friend to check on him. I'll kind of like reach into my pocket and pull out an entire dog.
Okay.
Which becomes
just for the back of the scruff of the neck.
you
just
a
pulls it out.
magician?
Woo! You describe the dog for us real quick.
Yeah, he's a white husky, pretty thick boy, but just solid white. And his eyes, kind of like Sav's, how they're solid white. The dog's eyes are like a solid blue.
The dog comes out immediately, kind of, and then takes its paws and kind of puts it over its nose.
Yeah, I know. It's a little stinky. Look, back there's a guy, okay? He kind of smells probably a little bit like her. No offense. But you guys were hanging out together. Yeah. Can you smell the guy that she was with on her? Okay, go back to the bar. I want you to find him. Make sure that he doesn't die, please. Good boy. Just kind of scratch his head and okay, go. I'll meet up with you in a little bit.
He takes off running that direction.
Thank you. I'll
Yeah,
tell
of course.
the dog thank you.
Is there any way in walking here I can whisper to Sav and Killian without him hearing?
He seems to actually be keeping a steady pace of about 20, 30 feet in front of you, so I would allow you to make a stealth check to whisper.
Okay.
If we can tell
Ooh.
that he's trying to do that, can we help?
It's good.
Yes.
I don't think I'll need it, but if you're allowing it, I'll roll again anyway. Okay, yeah, first one's better. That will be a 24.
What are you saying? Once he initiates conversation, Sav, if you can tell he's trying to be quiet, then you can try to assist if you want.
I'm gonna say you have a reason to trust me, but and what I'm going to say is going to sound the deal I'm going to strike with him is going to sound criminal. Please play along. I promise you it's not real.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
Okay.
Can I quietly reply back?
Yeah.
Nat 20, by the way, 23 total.
Okay.
I'm not lying.
Okay, I figured you weren't, but
He's got to be sure.
Is your goal ultimately to help people?
My ultimate goal is to kill monsters. And by doing that, yes, I help people.
Okay.
I don't kill people. No intention of killing this man.
Okay.
whatever it takes for the greater good. Kind of like rub my neck for a minute as we continue the walk.
I'm just gonna write that down on my journal here.
The greater
comment.
good.
Sob is for the greater good.
Good. All right. Good. Got it.
Welcome to my theme.
Okay.
You guys are kind of following him. He's making some really weird turns, kind of back and forward, until eventually you can see that he leads you up to some sort of ladder that's going up into a tunnel. He begins to climb up it. Follow me closely. I don't have time to waste. As soon as he gets to the very, very top, you can see that there is a grate, but you can see a very soft sort of almost flame light coming from the top of it. As he sort of pulls the grate off, you can tell that you're above ground now as he pulls himself up. In front of you is a very, very large church, which, even though it appears to be somewhat in disarray, it has a number of lights lit everywhere. You can tell that people are still coming here. There doesn't appear to be an active patron or god that's being worshipped specifically here. So you would probably more akin this to being some sort of a non-denominational aspect. Appears to be almost abandoned for the most part, but somebody's definitely cleaning it.
Is this the same church that was described to me from
Yes.
Mom? Okay.
From Mom. You watch as it actually has lots of opaques of just stonework. The stonework itself is actually quite detailed, and looks quite large. And he kind of walks up to this front area by the altar, and he kind of sits down in front of it. All right, what does Alistair want now?
He's taken it upon himself to capture a child. I have an address. The child's in the basement.
I've already killed 3. What, does he want me to kill more?
Yes. Yeah. He also wanted me to tell you.
He has to pay me more.
He figured you would say that. Ezekiel's been coming through here. He's looking for you.
Oh yes, Ezekiel. I found him to be quite funny. He found me about 2 hours ago.
Oh. And you guys made friends?
That's one way to put it. No, we did not make friends. I gave him a slight whooping and sent him on his way. I didn't kill him, though. Bring too much heat down to killing the captain of the guard.
That's okay. Good. Okay, how much do you need?
Well, I did the last 3 kids for 20,000 gold pieces each, but the deal was only for 3. We're extending the contract. We're changing the deal. This is going to be at least 40,000 for this one.
40,000 for one?
I make it 35 since you've already caught the kid.
He was looking more for 30.
30?
Yes.
Make an insight check on you.
Okay.
Trying to determine if you're. I'm actually trying to determine if you're just bluffing the sale price. Ooh, 11 total.
Hang on, I lost my deception. I rolled a 19.
What, does that old man not have enough money?
I mean, the town's not doing great since it's been put into lockdown.
Oh, he's had millions stashed in that vault of his.
I don't. I can go back. I can talk to him about 35. How about that?
All right, you go back,
Minimum
talk
30.
to him about 35, and then come back when you have an answer. I'll be waiting here for you.
Fine, 35.
Did you already talk to him?
No,
You're just making that call.
I'm making that call.
That is fine. 35. I come. Where does he want me to drop the body off?
Somewhere around the lake.
Who's been messing with the bodies afterwards?
I don't think
heard
anybody
rumors
knows.
that their organs were removed. I didn't have anything to do with that, and I want you to know that.
I was hoping that wasn't you.
That's why I
No.
ran. I thought he had sent someone to kill me.
No. As far as I know, Ezekiel is the only one looking for you, and you whooped him, so I think you're in the clear for now. This
Why
is
don't you just bring the boy here? I'll kill him right here.
I can't bring him through all the way across town. He's already secured in the basement.
What, you don't just put him in a bag? He's a child. How do you think I transported the last two?
It's not what I came here to do. You must understand that. I'm just here to make the deal happen.
You see he's kind of calculating something in his mind for a moment. His brows kind of furrow as he's looking at you. You know, when I first came to town, and he kind of stands up, there was only one rule Alistar gave me. That I should never meet with him in public, and that I should never go to his house. If I go to his house, that leads a trail. So tell me, what is your name?
My name is Eris.
Why should I risk my own neck? I've already made 60,000 gold pieces off this guy.
I didn't say anything about going to his house.
You bring the child here then?
The child's not in his house.
You said the basement. Which basement? You said it's his house.
I have an address with a basement. I said nothing about it being his house. Why would you go to his house?
Fine. I can do it tomorrow night.
Okay.
Give me the address.
I'll give him the address of Alistair's house.
Very good. What's in his pocket? Now, I would appreciate it if you let me take a breather after that ridiculous just amount of running that I did.
Yeah. You can buy you a drink if you like.
Oh, I have drink here. This is fine. At this point, it's been about 45 minutes. Does anybody still have detect magic on?
I always have it on,
Technically, yeah.
but like within 15 feet?
Yeah.
Is there a physical sign reactivating it?
Like something that you could see reactivating it?
Yeah.
No, there's nothing that she could see.
Then I would keep reactivating it.
there is illusion magic taking place. It is taking place next to this man who has yet to introduce himself. On both sides of him, there appears to be some sort of illusion magic taking place. I just wait here. It is fine. He sits down by this altar and pulls out sort of bottle of wine that he has hidden behind it, pops off the cork. Come closer, drink.
Sure.
Actually, do you mind if I look around?
Oh, sure. It's a beautiful place.
I'll kind of step back into kind of check out the church.
So what are you doing?
I'll just sit down in a chair with a glass of wine.
He's kind of sitting on the steps of the altar. Are you gonna sit with him, or are you just gonna have him pour a glass and go sit down?
I'll just go sit in the nearest chair.
He sort of takes a bottle and pours you a glass. Smells it. Here you go.
Thank you. What year is it?
I don't know.
Perfect.
From what I
You know why?
understand,
It all tastes the same to me.
That is right, and it is not vinegar yet. That's the important part. That's when it goes bad.
That's gross.
Whenever you walk up to him to the glass, you can feel that vibration of magic on the either side of you before you walk away.
Okay.
What about you, friend? He points to you, Sob.
Oh, I appreciate the offer. I actually don't drink.
Where do you come from? You don't strike me as familiar, though I haven't been to this part, only for a few days.
To be fair, it is my first time here. I'm something of a tourist. I'm hail from Karnath originally.
A tourist in here making deals about dead children. This must be a shock for you, but you might look like the character of man who has some sort of devious nature to him.
I mean, the dead are very common, and especially the undead in Karnath. That's not entirely out of the normal. And whatever deals my associate here has is, of course, I'm not one to snitch.
Oh, I hope not. That would not work out well for you. Any man that's capable of killing children is not someone you want to mess around with.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have no intention of doing so. Simply here to have a good time, see the sights, and meet some lovely people. Maybe make some coin on the side in the process.
What about your friend over there? She's quite attractive, pointing to Killian.
As when he says that, I'll just kind of put my head in my hand, like I'm embarrassed, really, don't hit on my friends in front of me. But what I'm really trying to do is discreetly cover the fact that I'm using my Eldritch Sight again. So my eyes are gonna kind of pulse that bright light, and I'm just gonna just as much as I can just kind of cover it, when your phone light flashes. Yeah. I'm sure it's probably like that. But I'm just kind of looking a little bit away, see if I can stealthily cast that.
Make a stealth for me.
Okay. That is a 19.
Hold on 1 second. What are you casting? Eldritch Sight?
Yeah, just my detect magic at will.
You can definitely tell that there is 2 illusion spells taking place on either side of him at the moment.
Will this kind of register like someone who's invisible?
Kind of.
Okay.
It's not going to really give you a location, but it's definitely going to give you an idea that there's something happening there.
I'll make it look like I'm just kind of walking over towards Killian. But I'm gonna try and just see if I can bump into whatever that is.
You kind of walk towards it, as you're kind of walking around towards Killian. You can feel that presence of magic sort of move away from you slightly.
Okay, I'm not gonna follow it, but I'll just kind of note that, like, oh, that moved. Okay. And walk over towards where Killian is.
Question. The guy just said he's only been here. Did he? Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Did you say he was only been here for a few days or a few weeks?
A few days.
A few days. So that doesn't align
It
with when the
depends on your
other people were
definition.
here.
Depends on your definition of few. For you, that was last night before you arrived here. So it's very possible that it was.
Because it would have only been a day or two for them, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it all right. Yeah. She's kind of looking out, but obviously like kind of spacing out because she's thinking real hard.
What about you? Do you want something to drink, perhaps?
Who, me?
Yeah, yes. It is polite to offer.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate it though.
It looks like it's just me and you. Looks at you, Eris. Does a cheers and sort of just chugs it. Put a cork in the bottle, puts it down, pulls another one out. You can see that it's already uncorked. He just takes off the cork that he stuck back in there. So, you have a tourist here. We have somebody who likes to kill people. And then, what's your story, lady?
I'm just passing through.
Passing through. All right. That is I've used that one before. That's what I used to get in here, actually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they told me. They paid the guard to let you in.
Well, yeah.
Just
Alistair
helping,
paid the guard. I didn't.
just
but he
helping.
didn't.
Alistair's paying me to help him.
Does he know what's happened to the bodies? Do your friends know? Did you tell them?
Oh yeah, they know. I talked with the coroner. They have they're not sure. Which
It's
is
fascinating, actually. Somebody took the time to remove internal organs.
I don't know if it was someone or something.
Well, it wasn't me. That's not my forte.
Well, this has been nice and all, but I need to get going.
No. You all stay a little while longer. Come, I am bored. I have no one else in the city to talk to. I guess I could go back to the Golden Cavern, but right now it's probably turning into some sort of drunk fest.
Well, if I don't report back to Alistair soon, he's going to be upset.
He has you on a tight leash, huh?
Yes, but he pays well, so I just do what he says.
He does.
Seemed like they were starting a rave back there.
Oh no, they get pretty into it. The lights, the show, the showmanship, the goblins. At one point you won't be able to tell where the goblin starts and the dwarf ends.
Oh my, that is descriptive. You aren't trying to set us up, are you?
Set you up for what?
I don't know. You don't really seem winded to need to rest, right?
I am a spry young individual.
Is there facilities here? Bathroom?
Oh yeah, if you go down the corner over there, there's a bathroom. You okay?
Yeah, it's my time, if you know what I mean.
Oh, say no more. Go ahead.
As Eris is walking off, I'll mind link over to her and telepathically say, "Be careful. There's at least 2 individuals hiding themselves from our sight in this room."
Can I respond? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. My stomach hurts. Don't drink the wine.
Oh, I never do.
Eris, by the time you get kind of around the corner into the bathroom, you open the door and you're beginning to sort of sweat beads. As the door kind of opens and closes behind you, you feel an intense desire to vomit out whatever's in your stomach.
Is there a window in the bathroom?
There's not.
Toilet in the sink?
Toilet is sink.
Toilet it is.
So you begin to sort of just, and I want you to, if you want to make it quiet, make a stealth check. As you try to hush your own vomit from coming out.
Uh, 20, 24.
Okay. So you manage to kind of control the gagging noises as you begin to vomit, and you're vomiting out. It doesn't even look like wine at this point. It almost looks like black sludge as it's kind of hitting the toilet and sort of just draining down into it. You're kind of watching it, kind of wipe it off, and it looks just entirely black. You saw the liquid that you drank. It looked like wine. But that outing of it has kind of made you feel better. You kind of feel that breath of fresh air and kind of just wipe off your head.
Can I inspect the glass?
Yeah.
That I drank it out of?
Yeah, we'll say you're still holding it in your hand. What are you trying to look for?
If it was lined with something?
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Okay, yep. Since we both drank out of the same bottle. 20.
You're kind of looking at it. The glass doesn't appear to be lined with anything. But now that you're getting a really close look at the wine itself, as you're spending a few minutes kind of examining it, there's almost as though there appears to be some sort of, you can only tell because it's more viscous than the wine itself as you're kind of moving your hand around it. Small little bits that are so soft that you wouldn't notice you were swallowing them. Not quite sure what they are, though. It's at that moment that Sav and Killian, the man kind of looking towards you, you know, if you guys are hungry, I do have some bread, some cheese. I have a multitude of fruits. Perhaps some grapes.
That's very interesting. Did you get any of those?
I've recently eaten. I didn't figure we were going to be here too long.
Yeah, me too, actually. Every time I go out to a bar or something, I always try and make a point to eat something before I go there because the prices are always super high. Plus, consumption of alcohol on an empty stomach can lead to increased rates of inebriation.
That is true.
I mean, this isn't my home, but I'm just trying to be a hospitable host. You know, that is it.
I definitely feel your hospitality.
Maybe all of you, and it's kind of late tonight, but maybe all of you, we could go get some breakfast together, huh?
Maybe. Who knows what the future holds, really? Can I insight check? Is he trying to give us some more of this poison food? I mean, I don't know what happened to Eris, but I don't trust.
Make an insight check.
In abandoned churches, handing out food. 13 plus 3, so 16 total.
You're definitely getting the vibe that he's trying to get you to eat or drink something. As to what purpose that is, you're not quite sure. But he definitely is trying to push it on you.
Very, very kind offer.
That's fine. That's fine. You know, if you all want, you were so interested in the architecture. Why don't I show you some good pieces? You watch as he stands up and begins to move towards you, Killian. Those pockets of illusion magic are kind of following at his side as he's walking towards you. Sav, you can kind of tell too.
Question when I was looking around, the thing that happened to the lady, was there any residue of magic or anything that we saw or were able to figure out?
No, the only thing you really noticed was that strange nodule on the back of the neck. You didn't really notice anything else strangely about the anatomy. There was definitely no magic whatsoever.
Okay. And he doesn't have anything like that. He could be, a typhoid Mary kind of thing, right?
He doesn't appear to have any sort of nodules. And you were walking behind him this whole way.
Okay. No worse.
He kind of walks up right next to you, Killian, to the point where he's almost touching your shoulder to his shoulder. Kind of looks up.
I won't let him touch me, but I'll be polite about it.
I don't like when people touch me either. It's fine. I wasn't planning on doing it. He kind of notices you kind of move away slightly. Don't worry. And he watches. You can feel those pockets of invisibility kind of move around you.
I didn't mean anything by it.
And kind of begin to trace around you almost in a circular pattern.
Can I come out of the bathroom?
Yeah, you come out.
Okay.
I will, I'll let them stay around me. But if I can, as we're looking at art, I'm gonna take the bullet on this one. I want to try to kind of step where those things would be in between me and one of my allies, basically, if I can.
So that
Basically, as we're walking around, I'm gonna keep it where, like, I'm gonna keep it where they could potentially flank, essentially, because
Okay.
I'm feeling like I'm gonna get hit really hard, and hopefully they're gonna help me, because I still haven't figured out what to say or what needs to be done here.
He kind of looks up.
He does not say fuck.
That tainted glass up there, and you watch as you're trying to do that with Saw, but then you're noticing that these pockets of magic, some of them are actually floating upwards above you, and then pointing down, floating upwards and around and around.
Oh,
I love the tinted glass. It is something that's always caught my eye, ever since I've got here. It's beautiful.
it's nice. I've always liked stained glass and different places of worship.
What did you say your name was?
Striking. I didn't say what my name was.
Oh, what is it? I like to meet new people.
You first.
That seems very counterintuitive.
I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
I know it. He looks at you, Ares. He looks at you. I love playing games just like this. I'll tell you what. There was a game I played when I was younger with my sister. Bless her soul, she's no longer with us. But it is called Two Truths, One Lie. Do you all want to play around?
Sure.
Okay. The way it's going to work is we'll flip this coin. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Arisav, do you all want to play?
Not if you're going to try and poison me again.
Poison? What do you mean? I assure you, if I tried to poison you, you would be poisoned. There wouldn't be anything else about it.
Yeah, I don't think Alistar's going to like this, so...
I don't know what I even did.
Yeah, it's time we go.
Can we insight check that?
Go ahead.
I'm wondering if it's actually legitimate.
Yeah, I'd like to make that too if I can.
Because I'm starting to wonder if these things are doing it and just happen to be around him. 20.
Just a 12 for me.
Okay.
Does my thing pulse? No, my thing does pulse around those things, right? You said?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your total, Shelly?
20.
He's not lying. He didn't try to poison anyone. But you can tell that it's a half-truth. Listen, if you all want to leave, that's fine. Just like I said, tomorrow night, I'll meet you at that address and we can just go ahead and take care of the last child. I didn't mean any offense. I'm sorry. And you watch as he's still holding the bottle of wine. See, I drinks it. So here, hand me your glass.
It's just not a way to do business, okay?
Takes the glass, pours it in there, drinks it. If I was going to poison you, I would just be poisoning myself,
Well, maybe I'm just pregnant. Who knows?
Well, that would be
Or he's immune to whatever poisoned you.
immune to poison? No. There are only a few things that are immune to poison in this world. Well, some demons, some fiends, some creatures of the night. Actually, there's a group of organization called the Wardens. Most of them are somewhat immune. Even you could say the proper spells might make someone immune to poison. But as I am none of those things, I'll just drink my wine. I'll meet you there at midnight. Does that sound good?
Yes, hopefully the weather will stay dry.
Oh, it's gonna keep raining as far as what I understand it, but I gotta say it is good to meet you. And you watch as he puts his hand out to you, Jairus. I hope there's no hard feelings. I wasn't trying to do anything.
I'm sure. I'll just walk off.
He looks over to you, Sav. The women, I don't know what I did.
Well, then you were among good company, because it can often be that way. But don't lose heart. I appreciate your hospitality. Very lovely Gothic architecture. I'm a big fan of the style, especially stained glass. Really my thing. Takes a very good throwback. But yes, thank you for your hospitality. Perhaps we'll see each other again soon.
Nah, very good. He reaches out his hand to shake yours.
Okay, well, we're going to do fist bump this time.
He does fist bump. And I know you don't like touching, so I'll just wave at you, Killian. Sorry, not Killian. He wouldn't know your name. I'll just wave at you.
Eris actually did say my name earlier. I was
that's
just
right.
saying if you noticed it. That's why I was saying I didn't tell you, but yeah.
Goodbye, Killian.
It's nice to meet you, black-haired gentleman.
You can call me Galabas.
Calabas.
That makes you feel better.
It does. I appreciate
Spell
it.
that.
Yes, I can.
Like it sounds.
Like it sounds. K-A-L-A-B-A-S-S. Calabas.
Okay, yes, yeah, I heard Galabast. That's why.
Oh no, Calabas.
That's why I ask. Yes, thank you.
Before we leave, can I try to, I don't know, make an Arcana check or an Intelligence check to see what, since they floated up, it's really thrown me off that it's just illusion magic. So, can I try to make an Arcana check to figure out what it is?
I will allow such a thing if you choose to stay longer. You've only been here for like 10 minutes, so if you want to stay here for a little bit longer, you can.
I'm sure he would love that.
Yeah.
Seems lonely.
He would let you.
She would do some shit like that. Okay. She totally would. Odds I stay. It's evens, so I won't.
You sure?
Take care of yourself.
Absolutely. I'll be right here if you all want to come back for another visit. I'm gonna take that as a no here. Thought I was being a hospitable guest. Everyone's freaked out by me. Kind of mutters to himself as he continues to walk back in. Are you guys heading out?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, if they're going, I'll follow.
You guys
Are you
make
wanting
your
to
way.
stay, Killian? Look like you're hesitating.
No, we can go.
Okay.
Just kind of concerned for him.
Yeah, I'll explain myself.
Looking forward to hearing that story.
Yeah.
You guys open up these very, very large church cathedral doors out to the outside world and immediately are blasted by wind and a lot of rain. As you can hear thunder in the distance almost immediately. It's about 1 a.m. right now as it's pouring down in every direction. Where would you like to go?
Do you have a place to stay? I have a place if you don't.
I would like to retrieve Garrick, and I think we were going to find a place to stay for the evening.
I know a good place after we find Garrick.
I would be interested in speaking more.
As would I. I would also like to get my dog back.
We'll say that you guys are beginning to make your way kind of towards the entrance to where you remember it being. And about the time you get to the entrance of the caverns, you can see Garrick with this kind of cloak over his head and this dog that he's carrying and kind of covering from the rain, kind of running towards you guys as he's kind of splashing in the water. You guys just left me in there. That was weird. Unnecessary, but enough to sober me up.
Sorry, I do apologize for that. I didn't want to, but I thought it important.
Is my
Can
horse still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Horse is beaten down by the rain at this point.
Poor guy. Okay.
I'll take my dog back.
Kind of hands him over to you. I tried to keep him as dry as I could. It's bad out here.
No, I get that. I totally get that. Good boy, good boy. I'll just kind of put him back in my pocket.
Just kind of almost like shrink wraps, just.
That's a neat trick.
Oh yeah, it's very handy. Surprisingly, he's great. He likes it in there. There's plenty of room. He's runs around and he's got his own little place that he chills.
Does he have a name?
Winter, yeah.
Winter?
Winter, yeah, because he likes the snow.
Oh,
He actually loves the snow. We get a lot of it in Karnath, pretty far north.
well, I'm sure he'll love it here then.
We have
There was a
very
snowstorm
large
here a couple days
pocket.
ago.
Fascinating.
Where are we going?
Our new friend Eris says she has a place for us to stay. But the captain that I only wrote half a name down, the captain that was mentioned to me before, Elix.
Ezekiel.
Okay, it is the same person. And okay. Yes, let's go to a place first. Sorry.
I'll hop on my horse. I'll hold a hand down if somebody wants a ride.
Garrick puts his hand up.
Garrick the drunk.
I'll just kind of slap his hand. And
I'll actually go to help him up because he's older. You gotta respect your elders.
This is why I wear the illusion. That right there.
Yeah. Well, Killian's in her
Is it-
early 20s.
Yeah.
If that.
It says illusion dropped.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let him ride. We've been traveling a lot.
I'll pull him up.
Oh, you're stronger than you look.
Yes. Yes, I am.
You guys begin to, with a soft trot from Eris's horse, and you guys got him moving behind, make your way. I'm assuming you're taking them back to the Drunken Monkey.
Correct.
You guys make your way in that direction. Eventually you see a very, very large sign that has a monkey on it that's kind of doing almost strong arms, but it's holding two sort of kegs and pints in each hand. It's kind of blowing in the wind as you get closer, and immediately you open the door and are greeted to a warmth of just pure fire in the middle of the room. And there's a bar to your left. This is a very, very small inn, and there's a very large man in the background. We've got a very, very thick beard who's kind of just wiping glass down, looks up. Oh, coming out of the rain quickly. Come on.
Hi, Jenkins.
Came back with friends. That's good.
Yes, they are people. Could you start some of the soup?
Ah, the soup. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
You watch as he kind of goes towards the back. There are some dry towels by the end of the bar if you all need to wipe yourself off.
Thank
Definitely do that.
He kind of goes to the back. You hear him kind of shuffling around with some bowls as you guys kind of dry yourself. This is a very small 40 by 40 foot room. It has a smell of garlic in it, with a nice large fire like a hearth in the middle of the room and some couches around it. Some of the couches being stained from travelers that have been too wet and sitting on it. There is, well, we'll get to that. But there is a table next to that, and you watch as, what do you guys want to do?
I'll sit down by the fire and wait for the soup. I'll motion for the other two to sit if they like, but they don't have to, of course.
Once I'm dry enough, I'll head over.
Sav
Eric.
will kind of get a little bit of as much of the rain off as he can just with his hands from the trench coat. And then we'll actually go ahead and take that off if there's a place I can hang it.
You kind of go right next to the front door.
As he hangs it up, what he's wearing underneath the trench coat is sort of what's in the picture behind me, with this small chest piece and some shoulder and upper arm, as well as, I don't know if there's a little can see there's a little bit on the legs as well, but it's not like a thick plate armor. It's actually like Kevlar plating, ballistic, and the red cloth underneath it has a little bit of gold trim to it, and the kind of front and center on the chest is going to be the emblem of the Arcane Investigation Alliance.
Do I
Which Eris-
recognize any
Yeah,
of
you do
that?
immediately. Eris, you'd recognize immediately the symbol of the IAA or AIA, almost immediately. Killian probably wouldn't recognize this at all. No, it's different language for you. But you know a little bit about them. You know that they are specifically, from what we've talked about previously, a very large organization that is bent on controlling the magical supplies of the world. They usually recruit magical individuals. If they can't recruit them, they usually do other things. There's lots of rumors around their organization. But they were started immediately after the rifts that took place, the explosions that took place, and they've been in operation for over 20 years at this point, and supplying the new world with pretty much all of the technology that it currently has: computers, electricity, everything.
Yeah, I'll hang up my cloak too. And I posted her kind of outfit and because I found one that I really liked, so I'm using the picture for it. In the game, not in the game chat here, but in the other one. And then she would have kind of it's almost like a long sword, but it's definitely much lighter and thinner. And it has kind of a where the hilt right above the crossguard for the hilt, it has a contraption that looks kind of like tubes surrounding it. So kind of like a gun, but it's on the sword.
That reminds me. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Sov, as he takes the coat off, it would have been slung over his back while he was wearing it, but now that it's off, he'll kind of pull it back around front. But he does have a Carnathi M16 assault rifle slung over his back, and a pistol that is holstered on the hip. Forgot to say that earlier.
At which point in
Just come
time
back
you all
from
watch.
war, Sov.
Oh, you can never be too prepared, am I right? Never take a gun to a sword fight.
I'll look at my swords.
With that, Jenkins kind of meanders back out he's kind of holding it in his arms, 4 different bowls of soup. You can smell the broth of chicken broth, garlic, some sort of potato meat. He kind of sets it down on the table by where you guys are sitting next to the fire. Do you need anything else, Eris?
Hot tea.
Hot tea. Hot tea. Any milk in the tea?
No milk, please.
Okay. No milk. So it goes back down. A little while later, you guys hear the boiling of a pot, kind of making that loud ringing noise, and he comes out with, even though you all didn't ask for it, 4 hot teas with no milk in them whatsoever, and sets it down. I hope that's okay. It's not too many people who order tea, but I did have some. It might be kind of old.
It's fine, thanks, Jenkins. Really here for the soup.
That's fine. If you don't mind, I'm gonna do some cleaning out back and make sure that everything's battened down for the storm that's going on outside. Are your friends going to be staying here? Do they need rooms?
Yeah, we'll need 2 more rooms, please.
Okay, no problem.
It's on my tab.
Oh, okay. Well, kind of reaches over and he pops 2 keys on the table. One says room 2, one says room 3. Eris can show you where it's at. We got breakfast at 6 a.m. bright and early.
Can you make sure Moth is okay outside too?
Oh no, you left Moth out in the. Okay, yeah. Let me go get Moth for you.
Thank you.
Kind of puts on a coat. What?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My name is Jenkins.
No, nice to meet you. I just appreciate it. Thank you.
No, absolutely. He means to make his way outside. As soon as he opens it, you can hear that rain, and the door almost flies out of his hand as he opens it. He kind of pulls it back and closes it shut behind him. Left in silence, just with you 3 and Garrick kind of in the front of the fire, already kind of sipping the soup.
Thank you as well, Eris, for putting us up for the evening.
It's the
Appreciate
least
it.
I could do. I don't like to put people out of their way. Really. Well, you seem like Killian, you were looking for the same man. or at least Garrick, you mentioned recognizing the man.
Well, yeah, we were. We were.
Any particular reason?
Kind of looks at you, Killian, and he looks over at Yusav.
I feel like we can trust them. They seem, I don't know their motives, but they seem like they want something related to what we want.
I don't think it's best that I do the talking, Killian. Maybe you should do the talking.
Oh, of course.
He looks down on the floor.
Um, s- uh, um,
Maybe I should do the talking.
no, I'm just trying to we received some information that's a little disturbing and I'm trying to piece it all together. And I don't, want to be rude, because I do believe what you said. Um, we were here looking for something that I fear is spreading. It might be some sort of contagion or disease, but it's not that. Um, there were two individuals from a town near here that went to the bar, met with that man, and 2 days later, one of them died in an impossible way. We were trying to figure out if there was something happening there, and given that he acted very suspicious when we approached him, I assume that it might have come from him. And given your reaction after drinking with him, I'm slightly concerned for your health.
It's fine. I don't normally hide who I am, but I did for that interaction because he probably would not have talked to me. And she'll just pull out her cat warden pendant.
Killian, this is alien to you. This is pretty much the AIA. But Sav, you recognize that as being one of the wardens. Wardens are specifically what some people refer to as mutants for the most part. They've been altered by magic to be made stronger specifically to fight. Not a lot beyond that is really known about them. There are lots of rumors and myths. The AIA hasn't really dealt with them too often because they mainly stick to hunting monsters and fiends, similar to a different part of the organization. And they don't really interact too often.
That's interesting. That's Mark of a warden, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yes, I'm a warden. I was hired here because there's rumors of monsters in this town.
Well, I think ultimately, then we are both working towards the greater good. So I think you're probably correct. I noticed also, as I told you, there's two individual entities. They seem to be moving around the room in strange ways, even flying at some points.
Yes, I could sense there was something there, but I couldn't discern what it was.
I was curious to see if you were going to try to provoke a fight or not.
I just try to err on the side of playing my part, I suppose. Wasn't trying to pick a fight. Although he probably knows more about me that I didn't die from the poison.
He did make a comment that some organizations like the Wardens are immune to poison.
Not
About that,
immune,
or
just highly resistant to toxins. So, but I guess I should explain the child killing. Not
Yes,
sure.
I'm kind of curious.
I'm sure that's a red flag. I'm surprised you're still here, to be honest.
well, I
Oh.
heard that's the reason they shut the city down was because
Yeah, okay, so you do know that. I'm surprised you even were able to get in. I was only able to get in because I was hired to come in. Curious how you two got in, but I'll explain myself first. Long story short, Alistair, who was a man higher up here, hired me to find these monsters because they think they were killing children. These children happen to be all children of miners from the mining consortium. What is it?
The Mito Mining Consortium.
Mito Mining Consortium. And come to find out, Alistar admitted to hiring the man we just spoke to kill the children in order to make a statement because they're trying to unionize. There's also the issue of Alistar, because of what he has done, has attracted a monster called a Heim. It is linked to him. Heim are notorious for attaching themselves to people who do unspeakable things. And so, go ahead.
You suspect that this Alistair, he is linked to this Heim for ordering these executions.
Yes.
Okay,
And
sorry, go on.
no, you're good. Yes. So I believe that is why the Heim has attached itself to Alistair. The normal person, you may think, well, just so I guess you may not. Do you know anything about Heims? Probably not.
Do I?
You've never heard that word spoken. You would probably equate it to he's talking about something else, but he's using slang terminology for it.
It is a creature, a shadowy creature. They don't materialize very often. They're often hide in shadow. They're very hard to bring out and very hard to get rid of. My objective, what I would like to do, is get rid of the Heim. Well, really, I'd like to kill the Heim and study it. And get paid 15,000 gold, willing to share if I can get some help, as I don't think I can kill the Heim on my own. And I don't have a good way of, you can also trick the Heim into going into a host that's not compatible. But I don't see we have an option like that right now. So, open for suggestions, but my plan was to get the man we just spoke to, Galabas. I have Alistar currently locked inside his basement. If I can get Galabas down there in the basement, the Heim will probably switch hosts since he actually killed the children. When they switch hosts, they materialize enough, supposedly, to be able to strike. At which point we could strike somewhere in between. My worry is fighting the Heim and having Galabas unrestrained in the same room.
Does present some difficulties.
I was also looking for Captain Ezekiel. I don't know if anybody knows where he is.
Well, if he was attacked, that's another thing I was concerned about. You had mentioned him looking at Garrick. You had mentioned him. He was attacked earlier this evening by this Calabas. Should we seek him out somewhere in the city to make sure he's okay?
I don't know if he's even still in the city. And you watch as he's kind of talking to you as he's speaking these words. His form and stature gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you see a dwarf with very, very big features kind of sitting in front of you and a very big bushy beard that's red. But I don't really know where he lives here, to be honest. We could probably find out. Try to go to his house and see if we can.
I know where he lives. He wasn't there.
Wait, was Garrick always a dwarf with a big bushy red beard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He kind of sees how you're looking at him and he looks down. Oh, shit.
The color looks good on you.
Oh, thank you. You watch he kind of brushes these big old man boobies back. I mean, we could track him down, but for what purpose?
Well, if he's gravely injured, isn't he not important?
I'm
He
more
said he
concerned that Calabas was lying and that he killed him.
Then perhaps we should try to seek him out to make sure he's not on death's door. I don't know this person, if he would endanger your goals by.
No, he's actually searching for Calabas because one of the children that were killed was his. He thinks Calabas did it,
Oh
which
no.
we know that he did, but I don't know if Ezekiel knows that for sure. He was kind of going out on a whim. He's no longer captain. He was dismissed.
Oh.
But he still has some power in the town to hold it on lockdown.
This Heim, you said it's a shadow. It hides in shadow? Is it a shadow creature? Is it not from this
They came about
world?
when the rifts opened some years ago. From that army that did all those terrible things. This was one of the creatures that came out of it.
Hmm.
I believe, if I am understanding based on your description of it, it sounds like what we would probably call like a shadow demon or something.
Yeah, they're their own monster. They're very similar. They just don't usually fully materialize. What they do is they really get into the mind of their host and drive them to insanity until they commit suicide. Once they've done that, they move on to the next.
That is unnerving. I will tell you that being in the presence of a Kalashtar, you have a pretty stalwart companion. Our ancestors were very well equipped at dealing with pesky creatures that like to mess with the mind of hosts, as we are similarly protected from that by pacts made with our own ancestors.
Oh, that could prove to be very helpful, Sav. Thank you.
Of course, by getting rid of this Heim,
What's happening?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I said I'm gonna go look out the window at that creepy noise.
Kind of look out, make a perception check for me.
Because now I'm worried about the other guy. What if we're followed? Oh. I don't want to get people hurt. Perception. 17.
Kind of looking out, you can see the rain's kind of going spiral. Looks like right on the street there's a metal gate that's just moving back and forth and clanking slightly.
Just the gate. I'll go back and sit down.
how far away is the gate?
About 10 feet from the front door.
I'll go over to that window and then just kind of looking out there to point my hand out and then just mage hand it shut.
So with one fell, clack, it immediately just shuts.
I'll also be very suspicious. Just make sure that I keep that thing right at my side. Kind of slung almost under my armpit.
But yes, the Heim's lair is in the basement of Alistair's house. There's another creature here in the town that's ripping out the organs. I'm sure you heard Calabas said in the aftermath of the killings.
So that's not the Heim.
It is not the Heim. Heim, that's not something they would do. That would be some kind of ghoul or something different. I'm kind of taking this one step at a time.
It seems all very coincidental, but all very different things. What brought me here seems related but unrelated.
What did bring you here?
The seeking out what caused a woman in a town not far from here to die in really an impossible way.
I mean, are we going to tell them how they
Can
died? Or are we
you
just going to?
can you describe it?
Yes, of course. Um, she returned home after drinking with Calabas one evening. It was probably maybe because it takes a day to get from here to there, right? So it
Yeah.
was maybe a day and a half later, if that. Maybe a day and a half after, she presented with having a nodule of some sort on her neck. And then she had a fever, um, which escalated very quickly. She was fine. Um, and um, well, then she turned undead and attempted to eat Garrick's face off. I tried to disable her, which would have worked with anyone who was living, but instead I killed her because she was undead, and you can't knock out the undead. And then I believe I will choose to trust you. If you betray me, that will be very sad. Um, then I believe some entity spoke through her to me. Seemed very, well, demonic to a certain degree. But I believe it's all connected because I saw you looking at Eris, and I believe I saw you, but I'm not totally sure, to be honest. So hopefully I'm guessing right.
How did you see me? What do you mean?
And I just saw a glimpse of you.
It is disturbing.
Maybe because you're related to it, and maybe because
How many days ago was this?
about 2.5 at this point, maybe 3. I was knocked unconscious for a few hours after the vision.
You see, strangely enough, I also had a vision that had you in it. Mine featured you near a red tree. The leaves had become fire and blood, and you were standing there. This strange dream I had precluded my agency that I work for identifying you as being in that location. It's kind of curious, actually. Not too terribly long before, we did register something almost extraplanar, a very large spike. You see, I don't know if you're familiar, or do you know who the AIA is?
I know bits and pieces.
I do, a bit.
Magic users. Very technological.
They seek to control magic for the greater good and protection of people.
Yes, precisely right. I love it. That it tells me that our marketing team is doing a great job. Yes, our public relations have needed some work. We realized some time back that there was a very, very big problem with common people and evil people having access to very powerful magical items. And we make great efforts to ensure that the common man is protected from extreme threats presented by the presence of magical items out in the world. I'll kind of like look over at Eris's warden pendant, and then back over at Killian at whatever was glowing extremely bright.
Sorry, she's not smiling.
by hoarding the items?
By ensuring that they stay in capable hands of people ethically bound to extra national organization, insured with promoting the welfare of every man by removing the possibility of grave accidents.
What are you bound by? Some code?
Bound by my loyalty and my belief that truly my institution does work towards the greater good.
I insight check that?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Shelly already is.
She's already rolling.
She didn't even ask. She just rolled it.
I mouthed it.
She
I mouthed
she was like, insight.
Okay.
20.
I did not roll anywhere near that. 7.
Sav's a true believer. He is 100% a this is the right course of action.
Drinking that juice.
Hi, baby.
Oh
Hi,
yeah.
Daddy. Is he like fanatical? Does he have that edge to it, or just a true believer? Or can I tell?
What'd you roll?
20.
He's not trying to really hide anything. You can ask him.
Do you?
Yeah.
She's asking if you seem fanatical.
Absolutely. This is I think a good parallel, right, would be like in Inglourious Bastards. You remember the SS officer at the farm? Where he's very smooth, very calm, very professional, but he is absolutely fanatical in what he believes. So it's sort of like the same thing. Like, this is for the greater good, so we can be friends. I mean, he's social, he's amicable. You see, Killian, the thing is with the Arcane Investigation Alliance, specifically the Magical Armaments section, who I work for, our goal is to help make sure that powerful magic items are in good hands of people that are working for the greater good, and that people who have magical aptitude, the ability to clean things or remove poisons, even teleporting around within a bar while chasing somebody. These people with magical aptitude, we want to make sure that they're working for the greater good too.
That is a good goal.
Magic is outlawed, though, right?
Yes and no. It kind of depends on where you are. You're in Karnoth right now, so magic is pretty much only allowed if it is of the healing kind. Clerical magic is fine. Wardens have a special provision that allows them to do it because they don't technically claim to cast magic so much as they are augmented. There's a difference. But for the most part in Karnoth, magic is not something that people just use unless either A, they're part of the AIA, or B, they are a cleric, or some druids are okay as well. But magical items, no, you really won't find them anywhere. Sorcerers that have the ability to cast fireball, or wizards especially, are quite rare in Karnoth. And if they are there, they're with the AIA.
So does the AIA hold the majority of magic items? I last saw that.
I think
Absolutely.
I think organizations that seek to help and protect people with gifts to ensure that they are safe and can help people is an honorable thing. And organizations that seek to control and manipulate those to self-serve and promote themselves can be a very dangerous thing. It all depends on the organization and if the people in it are true to their ethical beliefs.
I think that's a very wise way of looking at it, Killian. Yes, I have recruited numerous people to come work for the AIA who showed magical aptitude, who were also true believers that by working together, we can achieve the greater good. We can protect the everyman. My own biological parents were killed when I was only a newborn by terrible, terrible arcane means, uncontrolled in the hands of people who had no business using it.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Thank you. I obviously didn't know them, but they were also my parents. So think about that. Children are being orphaned. Spouses are being widowed. Parents are losing their children. There is a lot of terrible things that occur in this world when magic is left unchecked. But I sense that you have a kind of like look again at the whatever is super glowy. Some attachments to the arcane yourself.
Iris would have got up at the when he said orphaned, and just kind of paced by the window. I should just stretch my legs.
It is true that this seemed like these lands are ravaged by sorrow for the things that have happened here. It is terrible.
It truly is.
And
No,
I don't quite know truly the terminology, but I was gifted with things to ensure that I can help here, to ensure that I have the ability to hopefully find out what's truly causing these rifts, this incursion. Stop what's causing so much sorrow here. Long-term goals, if you believe it or not, but I truly wish to help, because organizations can't be everywhere. You can't save everyone. So if you can't protect them, then you have to find a way to restore some kind of balance.
I feel like you get it. Can I insight check that though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is she a true believer?
Drink the Kool-Aid forcibly.
19.
Absolutely not a true believer, but everything she said was absolutely true. But you don't get the feeling that like she's drinking the Kool-Aid. If you were trying to read what she thinks about organizations, everything she said was true about organizations that protect people, that try to save people with special abilities, basically, and protect them to make sure that they can live fruitful lives. But she has a lot of hesitancy about organizations that have kind of absolute power.
So kind of like a chaotic good vibe.
No, more like experience. Like she's talking from personal experience.
Okay. So she wants what's best, but she doesn't trust institutions to provide that.
Kinda. Like she does, but like she's I don't know how much the insight will get. She is being honest, but basically she's like, you can trust some institutions, but some institutions just want to kill you, is kind of the vibe you're getting.
Okay, I can work with that. I'll just kind of smile and like sit back in a little bit more of a relaxed position than before. That's refreshing to hear. It's always good to find other people that believe this way. I'm hopeful that perhaps in the future we could pursue, I don't know, an apprenticeship, contracting, if nothing else. But at the very least, perhaps we can agree to work together for a time.
I think we're supposed to.
I think so too. I felt bound. I think destiny has called us here together for a purpose greater than ourselves. Truly the greater good.
I hope so. I truly do. I think it's sad what has happened to the innocent here. It's
I'm curious. I notice you keep saying, like what's happened to the people here? Or why is there sadness in this place? Where are you from originally?
far, far from these lands.
Oh, I'm a world traveler. I'm actually an aviation enthusiast. I have flown all across Corvair. I've actually made a couple of trips further south.
Oh, sorry. The mouthing was at his question. I was like, oh, damn it. I'm sure you wouldn't know where I come from. So
Try me. I love world history.
perhaps one day,
Geography was my favorite.
perhaps one day when we get to know each other better.
Fair enough.
And I'll kind of mumble it at my like very low, like maybe you'll actually believe me, kind of thing. But it's like really quiet, like just like maybe you'll believe me.
Kind of notice Eris is standing by the window still. Are you okay, friend?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just need to stretch my legs. I was just trying to see if Jenkins had come back in yet. Should have been out that long.
It is very stormy outside. Most people shouldn't be out there. Should we go check? Make sure he didn't get knocked out by a shutter or something.
I'll look at Sav and like tap my head.
I'm muted player. I'll pick up on that.
It's one.
And just kind of mentally connect. What are you thinking, friend?
I think Calabas is outside.
Oh. Very well. I'll relay this, and I'll drop that link. Set a new link to Killian. Our good friend here seems to think that Gelivas is outside.
Oh, I hope Jenkins is okay.
We may be in for a bit of a scrap. Are you ready? Should it come to that?
Can I trust you?
Absolutely.
Should it come to that?
Oh, absolutely. This individual, if he is...
No, definitely giving the undertones of you belong to an organization. Like, can I trust you? Should I come to that? Like, I'll have
Should
your
I
back
even do that?
if you don't turn me in kind of tone.
Yeah, of course. Of course, Killian, we're working together here for the greater good.
Agreed. The other creature Eris, do you know what it is?
Are you saying that out loud, or do you want me to mentally relay that?
Oh no, I'm saying it out loud. The other
We
creature
can't
Eris.
three-way, right? Oh, you're saying
No,
out
I
I
gotta
can't three-way, sadly.
Okay.
If just one more of you had the ability to do it, it would work perfectly. Almost.
You were asking out loud if I know what the other creature is?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't quite pinned that down yet.
Okay, let's go make sure he's okay. Screw it. Before I go out, I'm gonna go ahead and they both look like fighters, but since we're gonna fight, I'll go ahead and cast is it one creature? Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast Warding Bond. Oh, never mind. Do I have the things I need to cast the spells I have right now or no?
Yes, you do for one cast for each. That's all that you were gifted.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast warding bond, and I'm gonna toss Eris a ring. And then I'm gonna reach inside my shirt though and not pull it out, but I'm gonna use that to cast warding bond.
Okay.
So for the next hour, as long as we're within 60 feet of each other, you get +1 to AC saving throws, resistance all damage. But each time you take damage, I take damage too. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Shield of Faith, which because the other one's not concentration, on Sov.
Sov.
Sov. Yeah, sorry.
Sov is my father.
Oh. On
So
Sov.
you watch as she kind of maneuvers her hand in the air for a moment before sticking it in her shirt. And then a large arcane sigil kind of appears in the air, made out of this yellowish, almost silverish energy. And you feel it kind of stay there stagnant before it bursts, and you feel that sort of energy flow into you, Eris, for that warding bond. While simultaneously, Saw that you're no stranger to this, you feel almost a shield of this energy come around you.
Yes, this should protect me from the rain.
What spell did you catch on Sav exactly? It was the
Muted.
I just want to,
Shield of Faith, it's +2 AC.
okay.
This one doesn't cost me anything.
That's why I was just making sure it doesn't actually cost you anything.
Yeah, this one doesn't. That's just a spell.
What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna walk outside towards where Moth is to see if Moth got put up.
You guys following? Once again, greeted by that massive amount of just rain that's kind of just pulling sideways at this point without lightning in the background. You guys make your way back behind the back of this inn. You can see that it's kind of hard to really see. Some of you are able to see in the dark. We're not all going to say we have dark vision at one time. I think some of you do, maybe, perhaps. Raise your hand if you have dark vision. There's 2 of you. Cool. Sov's the odd man out on that one. There's always one.
Is there a
Go ahead.
back door to this place?
There is. If you want to go out the back door instead of going around the front, it's up to you.
I'll go out the back, circle to the left or right.
I'm gonna go to the left from the
Okay.
front door.
Then I'll go out the back and to the left to kind of like meet up, and then we can go around the other side together.
Sav, who are you going with?
Eris looks like she's pretty competent in like scrapping. And obviously is a hunter of this thing, so I'll go with Killian. And I will I'll just have my rifle kind of at the ready, and then just at the very bottom of the front of it, I'll touch it and ignite a light spell to give me 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim.
Nice.
But in a way that it's not blinding at me.
Yeah.
Because of the barrel, it's
going that way.
Yeah.
Before I do something stupid, is this building bigger than 60 feet?
Yes.
Then never mind. I have to go with Eris. Sorry, that was stupid of me. I can't get more than 60 feet away. Otherwise it drops the spell. That was my bad. Sorry.
So we're all going together.
Yeah.
All right, you're all going together.
Yep. My bad. Sorry.
You guys go together and kind of go out the front, going around the side as this mud on the ground. It's almost like sludge because there's ice mixed into it because of how cold it is. The rain itself is almost looks like and feels like sleet as you're going out. About the time you turn the corner to this strange little shack area where Moth is being kept, you can almost feel the electricity in the air before it happens as this loud burst of thunder sort of rains out. And it lights up this area for just a brief moment in the rain. And you can see Moth is kind of there. And you can see underneath this covered area, there's sort of a bale of hail or hay. And there is what appears to be no Jenkins, but there is a bottle sitting on the actual hay bale.
Is it a bottle of wine?
You walk closer to it and you can see that It appears to be a broken bottle of wine, same style that Calabas was drinking, and there's some blood on the end of it.
Can I sniff and inspect the blood?
Yeah.
To try to discern if it's beast or human?
Yeah.
What kind of check do we do?
Do a survival check.
Okay. 24.
Human. You kind of take it for a moment, smell it. Don't lick it, but kind of put it in your hand and kind of play with it for a moment. Definitely human blood.
It says human blood.
You think he took him?
I don't know why he would.
As a warning. He was obviously trying to get us to drink or eat there.
No, it's just paying him to do a job. He just has to do his job. Don't understand. Saying that out loud. Do we see it? Like, is there anything else suspicious around?
Doesn't appear to be. Make a perception or investigation.
I'm gonna do the same, looking for any
Oh.
tracks or drag marks or anything. Or like deeper footprints, like somebody was carrying someone heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look down in the mud.
And while they're looking down, I'm going to be looking up in the top part because I remember that there was flying things, and I'll my eyes will just kind of glow that bright light again as I use the Eldritch Sight for detect magic.
Okay. The other two, you guys can either make, if you're trying to track something, it'd be survival, but if you're just trying to figure out what happened here, it's going to be investigation. Sav, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I'll do a track if Killian's doing, yeah. So that's 22.
All right.
And mine was perception or investigation?
Perception.
Oh, it was a natural 20, but my perception is just +1.
That's fine. What'd you get, Killian? Oh, sorry, it's in there. I didn't see it. 25. So you're kind of, we'll start with Killian real quick. You kind of are looking around the area. There appears to be some sort of scuffle that took place. The only reason why you're able to determine this is because it's covered and not flooded right now in rain. Somebody attacked a human person, someone that's much larger. Whoever attacked them was much smaller in the sense. It's kind of hard to tell how small, but Eris kind of notices that there appears to be some talon marks in different parts of it that aren't normally for any notable animal that you're kind of thinking about, Eris. And the talon marks actually go off and to the left, and they appear to kind of disappear in the rain. But Saab, you can kind of see up towards way out there in the distance. You only catch it for the briefest of seconds. And it's strange when you're looking at it because it almost appears as though the rain is coming down, but there's just this one point where the rain stops, as though it's hitting something in the air and then falls down underneath it as it's flying away, whatever it may be. It appears to be flying towards the church, as the tracks are leading that direction as well.
I'll very quickly point that out.
We should go.
Yeah, there's something here with talons, like a bird or some kind of eagle creature. Not an eagle per se, but something similar.
Does that fit the description for your Heim?
No.
Then perhaps we found the second creature.
No, yeah. This is something else.
I agree that we should go. It is flying towards the church, and quickly.
You guys begin to head towards the church, I'm assuming. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.